Hey guys, all right, we're back from a really busy weekend. We've been, of course, working away as usual. Nothing new around here. Just hustling as fast as we can to bring you that Reshape launch on September 15th, and of course, getting everything together in the meantime. It's a lot more work than we ever expected, but we're having a great time doing it, and we're so excited to finally share it with you. But before we go any further, let's handle a lot of the questions coming in. I'm so glad that you guys actually got to see those food lists that we posted for you. So they're finally up there, and you can just get an idea for some of the fundamental good foods that are out there, just to avoid any confusion. I know there's the low fat diets, and then there's low carbohydrate diets, and then there's the macro balancing diets, and they're all fantastic. I'm really not partial to any one over the other, but if you actually look at all of them and you lay them out, there's some really good fundamental foods that you'll find in almost all of the truly balanced nutrition programs out there. And of course, those are the foods that you're going to see on our lists. Now, what we like to do when we create our programs is we like to take those foods and we'll mix and match them with different patterns throughout the day. And you'll get to see what that looks like coming up soon when the program launches. So thank you for your patience. Now, of course, now that we have the food list out, we are getting a lot of questions coming in about portion sizes. And now portion sizes, portion sizes, portion sizes. This is one of the biggest problems that most of us have here in the United States because we're used to these gigantic portions everywhere we go. So it's one of the most important things that we really need to truly understand is what kind of portion of food is very specific to us. We do make it really easy on you. So what we do as far as the stack system goes, we actually run a very basic, it's called an algorithm, where we can take your body weight and we can feed you just an approximate portion based upon your body weight. So a lot of these people who are asking for a very specific portion sizes, well, it really depends. Keep in mind, when we're feeding our body, we need to feed the most metabolically active tissues in our body, and of course that's going to be our muscle. Now, we're all as different on the inside as we are on the outside, so keep in mind, based on, I'm going to be feeding a 400-pound person a little bit different from a 150-pound person who's going to eat a little bit different from a 600-pound person. So the portions are always going to be a little bit different. So what we do when it comes to stats and solving those problems with portions, that we run an algorithm where you can fill up your foods based on the macronutrients. So this is a carbohydrate container. You can actually see that we simply fill up our food based upon your weight. So if you're 100 pounds, you fill it up to 100-pound line. If you're 150, and all the way up the scale. Now you can also see that, once you hit 300 pounds plus, you're simply going to just fill it up to that portion. There's no need to eat a lot more because keep in mind, if you're 300 pounds plus, you can only carry so much muscle tissue on your body. Chances are if you're moving into the 400 pounds, you're not a full solid body of muscle. If you're 400 pounds, you're probably carrying a decent layer of extra energy on top of your body, which we call body fat. So that would be a carbohydrate container. Now, of course, with the protein containers, you're going to see that the portions are a little bit different. The algorithm changes. Once again, we need to feed your body accordingly. So you can see that the measurements are a little bit closer together simply because the chemical compounds in the food, it's made up a little bit differently. So our body, it's really important that when we understand portions, we're feeding our body every 3 hours based upon the exact nutrients that it needs. So this is how we make it easy for you. And then when it comes to meals, we say, oh, just combine pink and yellow, or combine pink and green. And sure enough, there you get your breakfast, your snack, your lunch, your snack, your dinner. So you get all 5 meals. But of course, the transformation kit isn't coming out until September 15th. So you can't get your stacks, and don't try to get tricky on me and try to find a stack somewhere else, because wait, September 15th, that's when the launch happens for Reshape, and it's really important that we go through this together because that's when it becomes interactive. That's when I'm going to be there with you, setting the structure and taking you through this thing on a step-by-step basis, and that way we can create the patterns, and I'm going to give you your nutrition phases on a weekly basis. We're going to go through the workouts fresh daily, so hold off on that stuff and don't get tricky on me and try to find a stack somewhere else because they are hard to find these days. Anyway, so that's how we run our portions. However, if you're looking to just kind of get started in the lifestyle in the meantime, let's use something really, really simple. We've been doing this in the industry for years. If you're going to consume a portion of proteins, do something that's about the size of the palm of your hand and the thickness. So I want you to consume, for every single meal, about every 3 hours, a portion size about the size of your palm of your hand. That's going to give you just about enough protein that your body needs to at least maintain the muscle tissue that it requires, okay? Because we don't want to be losing any muscle. When it comes to carbohydrate, eat a portion of carbohydrate that's about the size of your fist. Cool? So fist-sized portion of carbohydrate. Fats are going to be about a thumb-sized portion of your fats. And veggies, try to go for about 2 fist-sized portion of those veggies. And of course, veggies, you can eat them all day, any day. So, hope this answers some of your portion questions. And once again, thank you so much for writing in. I mean, I've got questions from Kathy in Indiana, Liz in Delaware, Lori in Illinois. I know you guys have been bugging me for those portions for a while, so I hope that'll hold you over in the meantime until we can get things going with our stacks. So, moving on to another question. Here we go. This is from, I think it's GA Girl 604, or it might be Gag Girl, or maybe Georgia Girl. Either way, all right, GA Girl 604. How do you keep yourself from getting discouraged? I've heard some people writing positive message on Post-its and putting them up everywhere, things like that, but I've tried and it doesn't work for me. Okay, so now really tackling the mental aspect of weight loss and this journey, this is an ongoing process. It doesn't just happen in an instant. You don't just make the decision to change and it's there for the rest of the journey. You make a decision to change, you put it into action, but then you have to keep it there throughout the whole entire journey. And are we going to run into roadblocks? Yes. Are we going to hit some obstacles? Yes. There's going to be conflict in our life. There are going to be different things that are going to send us off the path. The key is really finding that trigger to help us get back on path. And of course, that's what I'm here for. And I'm going to be taking you through all kinds of exercises. In fact, there's a blog article that's going to be coming up in the next couple days on the blog. And I want you just to take your time to write down those exercises that I talk about in the blog article. You'll know exactly which one it is too. I'm going to ask you about your life right now. I'm going to ask you about your goals. I'm going to ask you about what's getting in the way. And all I'm trying to do right now is just plant that seed to help you find out where those shortcomings might be, so you can start to identify them, so we can help get you right back on track, so you can stay motivated. So not only can you motivate yourself, but also you can reach out to your community, you can reach out to me and all the other reshapers who are here with you, and so you can say, oh, hey guys, I need a little bit of help, and we can help get you right back on track. And that's really what this is all about, because there's really, I can't say enough for the magic of accountability. That is really one of the most powerful things that we can do in this transformation. So, stay tuned. And when you get the chance, please follow the exercise that I have on that blog for you. I think you're really going to enjoy it, and it's going to plant that seed for you. So stay tuned for that. And GA Girl's next question is, what foods are healthy and what food should I be eating? I see all these commercials about food is healthy. Then I go online and I see an article saying that it's not. It's also very confusing, and I don't know what I should be eating or what I shouldn't be eating. Well, I think I answered that question a couple days ago. I posted all those food lists on the blog, so check out the blog. You'll see exactly what I was talking about earlier today with just the fundamental foods that we do recommend that you should be eating. And of course, we're going to put those foods into some kind of structure here with the launch of the program on September 15th, and so we can do a lot more really cool stuff with it. And that way we can also start to tailor things that are specific to your body, and we can focus on customizing something for you, not just something that's extremely general. So I hope this answers your questions. Guys, thanks so much for writing in your questions, and keep them coming. I love this stuff. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.